In the roaring 1920s, a new woman was born. This woman smoked, drank, wore lots of makeup, and performed several actions that would be considered provocative. These women were called flappers. They were a new breed of women who were known for the enjoyment of risk-taking. You would find these young Western women mostly in the clubs or bars chasing after men and dancing rather provocatively. They often cut their hair into bobs and wore their skirts and dresses rather short. The new flapper society only wanted to enjoy things in life that were once disapproved of, but would they be able to gain respect from the society doing so? A flapper's behavior was described as rather outlandish. These women were always out acting quite suspiciously and considered sex a casual manner. They enjoyed jazz music, as they were often seen at clubs and bars, dancing very differently than a normal, respected woman would. Flappers would go to petting parties, which were basically parties that consisted of making out and foreplay. Flappers were the type of women that would go to the extreme measures to get a man's attention. These women had influenced several other young women to behave the way they did, as they were teenage girls who were called black fish, or in other words, a fish that was not ready to be sold in the market. Although these women had a reputation of being reckless and always initiating sexual relationships, flappers were very indeed active. They sported, rode bikes, drove cars, and even voted. They also openly drank, which was a rebellious act in the American period of Prohibition, while having an image of being independent young women who dated freely and went to jazz clubs. They also had a very interesting sense of style. Adding to these women's bold behavior, they were also very well known for their style and appearance. Flappers' fashion emerged from fashion and French, especially those of Coco Chanel. The spread of American jazz and dancing that went along with it had an impact on the women's dress. Garcode in French, which was boy with a feminine suffix, was the flapper style that made the girls look somewhat boyish. Their appearance was short hair, dresses with straight waists that often made their breasts look flattened. This style came about in the 1913s and carried on to the young flappers in the 20s, although with more lightweight cloth. Along with this garcode style, flappers began to wear very short skirts and often wore long strings of beads as well. The women also wore very fitted hats that matched very well with their outfits. Many women were impacted by flappers. They wanted to feel independent and enjoy things that were not approved of before. However, there were other women that just simply viewed the flappers as young, outlandish, and provocative women. But surely, the flappers did not care much for others' opinions about them. This new breed of woman has had a major impact on society in the 1920s, as well as the current society today. They started what was called a feminist movement. The flappers' image of being eccentric, constant smokers, and reckless women was only what they considered enjoying life as it was never before. Their style was very popular and has evolved into today's society. These women's rebellious actions have carried on to society today, and they have given women a more independent and stronger role in society.